Hello, I'm Sijat, and today I'm here to discuss that how can we set up and read cookies using Google Tag Manager. Now we already know that Google Analytics set up cookies on our browser which contains client ID, and that client ID helps Google Analytics to keep track of the user activity on the website. Similarly, we can set our own cookie, but our purpose can be a bit different, right? So today we will see that how can we set up cookies in HTML using the custom HTML tag. We will see that how can we read the cookies using the first party cookie variable. So first of all, let us go to the tags here and we'll create a new tag. So the tag will be of like type custom HTML, and in the code we will write script right, and we will say document dot cookie should be equal to whatever we want to store. So let's name it like my cookie, and in the text let's say testing, right? So this will store the cookie with the name my cookie and the value will be testing. Now for the trigger, we will select this one of the old triggers that we created. Let's just see what it does. So basically, the type of the trigger is link clicks, and it says that fire this trigger on when the click text here contains this, right? Only then the trigger will be activated and the particular tag will be fired. So we are using this trigger. So I'll not save this tag as I have already created it here. So it has the custom HTML code that we know that we are storing this value with this name, and the trigger is text1 trigger, which is again just saying that when the click text is this, only then this particular tag should be fired. Now, let us go to the preview mode and see whether it is working or not. I'll click connect here. And inside the preview mode, let's scroll down to the button. Yeah, so this is the button that we were talking about, right? So I'll click it, and then let's go to Tag Assistant to see that whether our tag is fired or not. In the link click, if we see that this tag was fired and it is showing that the text1 trigger was successfully satisfied, that means the text contained the string that we specified. Now, if I go back to the website, so in the tag here, we just wrote a custom HTML code to store the cookie, right? So it should be visible to us in the website. If we go to inspect and inside the application tab, yeah, so let's go to the application tab. And here we see that my cookie, testing cookie, it is available, right? Now, what if we want to read this cookie? What will we do then? We will simply go here and inside the variables, yeah, so we will just say new, and here we will select first party cookie, and we will simply give the name of our cookie here, my cookie. So this will just grab the value from this cookie and store it in this variable. So I have already created it. Here it is read my cookie, and it's of type first party cookie and the cookie name is specified. So now let us go to the preview mode again and see that whether our value is available to us in this variable or not. Okay, click continue. Let's just close this. Let's scroll down to the button. Yeah, we click this. Now the trigger will fire the tag. Let's go check. Yes, our tag is fired. And let's now go to the variable section and see that if read my cookie, yeah, it has the value that we stored as the cookie. So up until we are able to store a cookie into the browser and read it from there. Now, why are we actually doing it? Like, what is the need of storing the cookie? Here, we are not storing something meaningful, but in actual cases, when we navigate from one page to other within our website, the data layer that we have here, let me show you. Yeah. So this keeps on getting refreshed. So sometimes we need a value from the previous page for any purpose, like sending it to Google Analytics or for any such thing. Then we can store the value into the cookie in the browser, and then maybe we can fetch it from there and push it to data layer or just simply send it to Google Analytics. So we are using cookie for that particular purpose. Now, this cookie that we created here is hard coded, right? But we can make it more useful. Like if we go inside the tag, now this one is pretty hard coded, right? We are specifying the value. But what if I don't specify the value like this and instead I pass a variable such as click text. So now what should ideally happen is that the text of the click should be stored inside the cookie, and that should also be the value of the first party cookie variable that we created. That was named as, here, let's go to variable and check it. So here, read my cookie variable should also reflect it, right? So let's close it once and open the preview mode again. Click connect. Scroll down to that button. Yeah, it's here. So let's click this. Now let's go to inspect. You click the application. And here, if we see that instead of a hard-coded value, the value of the click text is being updated, right? If we see, we click this button and the text is showing us in the cookie value. Now, let's go to Tag Assistant and check that whether our read variable is reflecting this or not. So here, yeah. So if we see that read my cookie is also showing the same click text. So we have successfully stored a variable as a cookie value and extracted it from there and stored it in a first party cookie variable. So this is how we can create cookies using Google Tag Manager and read them using the variable. We can simply just go to Google Tag Manager and create a tag for it, like a custom HTML tag, and set up the relevant trigger that will help us to put the value into the browser. Then we can create the first party cookie variable and read the value from the browser. And then we can use this variable anywhere where we found it useful, like we can send it to Google Analytics or we can push it to data layer according to our need. Thank you.